Well, hello guys, my name is Nick and today we are doing my 2500 subscriber giveaway. Yes, I'm giving away 2500 subscribers. No, I'm not. I'm giving away this Burago Ford Escort RS Cosworth 1 in 43 scale. What do you have to do to win this car? Well, good question. You have to be subscribed to the channel. You have to like this video and comment anything in the comment section down below. It can be anything, but only one comment is valid per person. The winner will be announced on Monday. Not this Monday, but Monday let's put my calendar next to it. Monday the 6th. So let's take a look at this model. It's white, it's missing paint. So beforehand, let's do my shopping outfit. So put on my gloves and put on my little mouth mask, because well, that's what everybody is wearing these days. Just put it on and we can start restoring and giving away this model. So like I said, the paint is shot, the wheels are scratched, the spoiler is in the wrong, well, it miscolored over the years. The base is pretty good, but even the tires are just not, well, the greatest. Now, as you can see, there are no rivets to drill out. This is a completely different system. It's Burago. I think I am pronouncing this right. How you take this apart is you have a front and rear, well, clip. You just have to actually, I'm not really sure how, because you have to slide them out and the base will release. No, I wasn't really able to do that. I have no idea why, so I did the Nick way. I just pulled up on the base, kind of, pulling it away, so the clips front and back would just release. After that, I just pushed out the front clip and the rear clip. They are kind of held in with a kind of little hook. You just have to push up or down on them and they just will release. So now the base is off the model. I just take out the interior, which is quite dirty, and I think I snapped the steering wheel off by doing it the Nick way, but I promise I will fix it, because well, it's a giveaway, it needs to be kind of good actually. Next, the windshield has to come out. There is a little crack in the windshield. I cannot do anything about that, but I polished it up as good as I could. Next, let's take out the spoiler. Nice off camera, professionalism. It drips off my channel. It's amazing. So when the center post, you have to, well, there are two little clips. You have to push them together and the spoiler just releases. The spoiler itself is in pretty good condition, but it just has to be repainted like the rest of the model. Next, my favorite step of every restoration, that's my sand blasting cabinet. Taking about, I think, 1 or 2 minutes, not even, in the sandblasting cabinet, and all the old paint just flies right off. Obviously, I don't do the spoiler, it's plastic, and I don't do the base because that's also plastic. So let's take a look at how it turned out after the sandblasting. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. A little bit of white paint left on the inside of the pillar, but that will be just covered. So for primer, I will be using a fine surface primer by Tamiya for plastic and metal. 3 coats in total. No, I think I did 4 or 5 coats, because it I really wanted it to come out well. I think I even painted this thing 3 times, just so I can get the paint still isn't, you will see in the future, but isn't perfect, but is the best. I really wanted to make it as good as I can possibly can. So you're not really picking, the camera's not picking it up, but on the rear bumper, the spoiler and the front bumper, they're actually dents. Well, from playing over the years, obviously. And I just couldn't give the car away like that. In the front, in the back. So what I did is I took a piece of sanding paper, sanded away the primer. And after that I used some body filler, so I mixed up some body filler, took my screwdriver, my finest screwdriver, and just filled in the little dents. I think somebody rammed into a bank building, probably like that, while racing a Mercedes Cosworth, I am imagining. So let's quickly fill out in these dents in the front and rear bumper and the spoiler. And I also sanded off a little, well, beauty mark in the door, I would say. I think a little hair of something or a fly landed in it while I was drying. So I sanded that out and repainted it after the body filler hardened. So now the body filler is hard, I take, well, while that's hardening actually, I take my toothbrush and I clean up the dusty base and wheels. Now I have kind of a plan what I'm going to do with this base and the wheels. I'm going to try to, well, I already tried it and it kind of worked, spoilers. I just did some Plasti Restore and made it look like almost new again. So when that is, well, clean, I'm going to let it dry outside. I take the windshield and the headlights and use the toothbrush to clean those because they were actually really dirty, and if I was going to polish them, I think it would scratch them up even more. When the base is dried, I used that little Plasti Restore, the thingy you see right there, the product, on a rag, and I just, well, shined them up a lot because there's a white rim on the tires from, well, playing with it. And it actually came out pretty well. I even used some sanding paper to remove the little edges and on the tires and things like that. So taking a big gulp of this Plasti Restore, it actually used to restore plastic from cars, headlights and things like that to make, well, when they go dull. And it kind of actually worked. It looks pretty good. I have them all sitting right beside me and the base just, well, shines. And even the tires look pretty good. Even though they're really played with, but they look really good, if I do say so myself. I will still give the car a polish before I give it away, but I still really love how it turned out. You guys can see it yet, I just figured out, but you just have to wait. Next, the wheels. Well, what is a Cosy without some white wheels? Still a Cosy. So I took my toothpick, I took some white paint, and I'm not going to bore you with painting 4 wheels, I just put them in a beautiful coat of white. Then take my polishing bit on my drill and polish the windshield until it was, well, it's not perfect, but it's as good as I can get it. The hardener has dried out, so I used some sanding paper and sanded the bumper and spoiler, well, flat again. Then another coat of primer and it's ready for paint. So I think it's 2 coats after this, so it would actually, it's just, I wanted it to be as good as I can get it. I cannot stress that enough. So next it's a time for the spoiler. I first forgot that. The spoiler got 3 coats of primer, that was the word I'm using for. Because it's plastic, the primer is still good for it. But I wasn't really sure if I didn't want to over-primer it, even if that's the word. Next, it's time for Cosworth Blue. It's not quite there. I was initially going to paint it red, but my good friend Rob from Matchbox Garage actually said the Cosworth needs to be blue. And I didn't have blue, so I cleaned up my garage for this, and I found 1 can of blue. It's not quite the brand I usually use, so I wasn't really sure how this was going to turn out, but this blue just makes this car look so good. Like I said, I still have to polish the car. The roof is a little bit, you can feel some imperfections in the roof. I'm actually caressing them all right now. Sorry for the person that wins it, but I really want it, so I'm going to give it 1 more polish to make it as good as I can get it. So next I think I get 3 or 4 coats of this blue, leaving 20 to 30 minutes to dry between coats, so to make sure it's actually really dry before I caress it with my hands. Then also the spoiler, again, it's plastic, 2 or 3 coats, I think I did 3 coats in total. Again, half an hour to dry between coats. You don't need it to dry that long, but I just wanted to be sure I didn't ruin it. So after the color is dried, I take my toothpick and my detailing paintbrush and paint in the side markers from them back. I'm going to redo them after the video is over because I didn't really love how they came out, because I'm just going to touch them up a little bit more before I actually give the car away. But that's something you don't really need to know. Then the front side marks and the rear lights. Then take the black paint and obviously off camera because I'm professional like that, paint in the front splitter in black because I really want to set that thing apart. After the front splitter is painted, I also do the wing mirrors and obviously the grille in the front because it just needs to be, well, set apart from the rest. So enjoy me painting the front splitter for another 10 seconds. Just like that. Now the wing mirrors are next on my list, but I'm not going to bore you guys with watching me paint the wing mirrors for another 36 hours. So let's cut right here and speed up the process. I think this is ×3 speed up, so I'm a pretty slow painter, if I do say so myself. If you guys have any suggestion how I can make this model even more complete, I was debating on painting in the front hood scoops black, but I just didn't think it would be doing the model any justice. Oh, almost forgot that I also painted in the Escort RS logo on the rear, and it looks really good. I was going to paint in the Ford logos because they're already blue, and I didn't want to make them chrome because I think that would look really strange. So toothbrush is out again, and cleaning the interior and gluing the steering wheel back together. Then for the final reassembly. First, let's snap in the spoiler again. The two hooks in the front go first, and then you have to just snap it in the back. You can do it, Nick, just put it in the back. No, don't say that. Every video I make a reference. I tried, sorry. Next, when the spoiler is intact, actually see right, where is it? There is a front, nice and dry. Oh, and does he notice? He doesn't notice yet. The putting together Nick doesn't notice yet. There's a white spot on the spoiler. Please notice. Oh, he noticed. There we go. So we have to fix that. That's where I hooked the spoiler with my tweezers so I can paint it. Didn't really think that was visible. No fear, I still have some blue paint left, so I take my other paintbrush and just, well, paint correct the white bit, I guess. So after that's done, just quickly make it blue. I just set aside for another 50 minutes so I don't make the window blue, so I can dry in peace. Next, take the window and the headlights, snapping them back into place. The window actually snaps under the clips from the spoiler, if I explain it right, and probably not. Then the interior goes into place. After that, the base is, it's the base is turned with those nice white wheels. They turned out really well, if I do say so myself. And when that's in, just, actually really easy, just snap in the front and the back, and the model is just done. That's that simple. I was kind of scared of how this thing was going to go back together, but it's literally almost snapped. I didn't even have to do anything, it snapped together by itself, actually. So, just drop it, Nick, obviously, it's a giveaway card, just throw it across the room, why not? So that's everything for this, giveaway restoration. Again, if you want to win this model, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and leave one comment per person. Can be any comment, doesn't matter what, but one comment per person is valid. So this is the car before the restoration, and that's still missing paint, scratched up wheels, and scratched up windshield. And this is it after the restoration right here. So as you can see, the paint isn't the best, but I'm still going to polish it after the video is done. I'm going to repaint the side markers on the rear and on the front left. So don't worry, it will be perfect. Well, not perfect, as good as I can get it when it will be given away. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.